Ahoy rum explorers, I'm Nia. I'm a master sommelier and I feel like I still don't know shit. So in this episode, and on this episode from cane to cup, we will be unraveling the dark history of rum.
We drink until New Year's morning.
Drink a rum and a punch of three, but drink a rum.
It's Christmas morning.
Drink a rum and a punch of three, but drink a rum.
The history of the triangular trade is a grim chapter in the journals of human commerce, marking an era when the world was entangled in a web of exploitation, suffering, and economic gain. In this exploration, we're going to deep dive into the dark history and shed some light on the integral role that rum played in fueling the brutality of the transatlantic slave trade. The triangular trade, a complex network that emerged during the 16th century, connected Europe, Africa, and the Americas in a triangular exchange of goods and people. European powers sought wealth through the exploitation of African labor, transporting slaves to the Americas, where they toiled on plantations, producing valuable commodities, including sugar, tobacco, and cotton. These goods were then shipped back to Europe, completing the triangular cycle. Central to this exploitative system were Caribbean sugar plantations, where enslaved Africans endured unimaginable hardships while working to cultivate the sugarcane. The demand for sugar in Europe surged, and the profits from this lucrative trade became the driving force behind the continuation of slave trade, which I did mention in episode 1. In the Caribbean, the production of rum became intricately linked to the sugar industry. Molasses, a byproduct of sugar production, proved to be the key ingredient to the distillation of rum. Plantation owners seized the opportunity to turn this waste into a profitable commodity. The rum industry flourished, and distilleries doted in the Caribbean landscaping, converting molasses into potential alcoholic beverage. This caused rum to emerge as a vital element in the transatlantic slave trade, serving as a medium to exchange African slaves. European traders loaded their ships with barrels of rum along with other goods to be exchanged for slaves on the African coast. This exchange, known as the Middle Passage, represented a heinous transaction where human lives were bartered for intoxicating spirits. The journey across the Atlantic, known as the Middle Passage, was a harrowing experience for enslaved Africans. Packed tightly in holds of slave ships, enduring squalid conditions and disease, they were transported to the Americas under brutal and inhumane circumstances. Rum was used not only as a trade good, but also as means of subduing resistance among the enslaved population during the voyage. The dark history of the triangular trade and the integral role of rum in this brutal system exemplifies the interconnectedness of economic interests, exploitation, and human suffering. The legacy of this era lingers, reminding us of the moral toll exacted by the pursuit of wealth and the lengths to which some are willing to go in the name of profit. Acknowledging this dark history is crucial to understanding the complex forces that shaped the modern world, and it is imperative to learn from the mistakes of the past. Thank you for joining me as I deep dove into this subject today on this third episode of Cane to Cup. If you like deep diving and nerding out on rum subjects with me, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to the next one.